Let's see if this is working. If it's working, welcome YouTube pipe smokers. It says my live closed unexpectedly. But it's working. Oh, it is working. Thank you. Gerald, how are you doing, brother? Yeah, it acted like it wasn't working. So it's not working, and then the timer was going, so I ended it and restarted a new one. It said the same thing, but it seems like it's working, so whatever. How are you doing, buddy? We've had lots of great news and very, very cold temperatures. Jeff, how are you doing, bud? Good to see you. Awesome, Gerald. Welcome, RD. The circle around the letter R for you is now forest green, and it looks cool. I haven't seen that one on you yet, so nice change. Even if you didn't choose it. But let's see, we got our electrician done. He finished up, got the electricity done. We've got 21 outlets. Hopefully this weekend it will be warm enough and not slick so we can move the equipment into the garage. And with any luck, early next week, I will be gathering wood to start making pipes with shortly after. So that's very good. Our water froze, but it didn't split any pipes, and we got it working again. I almost didn't have my Tumultuous Tuesday or maybe even my live, but everything's working, so I get to have both, so that's very good. And yeah, just got a lot of finishing advice on some stuff for pipes. And I still haven't ordered the few parts I'm going to need, but it'll come when the time is right, which any day here it'll be the right day to order. It just wasn't. I had questions to ask about different types of wood to begin with, so I had to get those out of the way first anyway. Hey Mike, how you doing, buddy? Dan Lopez, how are you, sir? So I'm working on the final blend of Todd's blends, and it'll be the sixth one. I was thinking 5 or so, and it just ended up being 6. So I'm working on this last one. It's a Burley, Virginia, and there's one more component. I'm going to try it out. I already blended, and if it works, then that'll be it. If it doesn't work, I'll just play with it. But as soon as I get these done, I'll make doubles of the samples so that Todd can have some for himself and can give some away. Otherwise, he has about everything. He's waiting on something from one more person and something for me. The other person, it's something for Todd, so he doesn't have that. He's really just waiting on me. So it's a busy week, but it's been a good week. Mabu is almost totally better. I can't let her out of my sight. She's supposed to be watching me. So my dad was watching me, and I didn't watch her. She went around the corner and fell and put a nice little divot in her hand. And the ice here is insane. The high today, I don't even know what the wind chill was. It wasn't a big wind, but it was, my gosh, bitter cold. And it was -1 degree Fahrenheit. That was the high today. It's pretty bad when you go into a house or my dad's shop even, and it's 30 degrees in there or 20 degrees in there, and outside is like, 20 degrees Fahrenheit is warm, then hanging out outside is too cold. But it's going to be good. I'm going to be doing pipes soon. I'm going to work on a couple of classic shapes, but it seems like most of my work is going to be done freehand. I've done a lot of thinking on it, been drawing some ideas out, and naturally it seems just better for me if I can freehand stuff. I was able to do a little bit of sawing on panels when we were putting in panels, and when I did it without the steady deal or the side steady thing that's supposed to keep it steady and all that stuff, when I did it without that, I did better. So I'm gonna be making freehands to start with, I think. But we'll go with classic shapes to start, and some odds and ends. I'm not going to go, well, I made a billiard, now I'm going to make this. I might make a billiard and then make a pipe just for the heck of it, and then make whatever's next, Rhodesian or something. But I'll start with straight pipes mostly, and we'll just see how things go with the stems. But that shop, we got to 50 degrees. And considering we still have about a third of the insulation to put in the top, that's pretty good. And then we'll have paneling and stuff like that in the ceiling. And it's lining up to be pretty dang good. I think within a few days, again, if it's not brittle cold out and my dad is able to tolerate the cold, and myself to tolerate the cold better, we can get that done. I mean, it could be a few days, could be close to a week, but I'm thinking by this coming weekend, we'll be able to move the equipment into the shop as long as it's not too slick, because I do not want to drop that lathe. We got to move it with a tractor. It is a heavy lathe, and I don't want anything slipping and messing nothing up. So, and this shop is too nice now to screw up by driving into it or whatever would happen. Hey, Martin, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in here. I appreciate it. I've missed a lot of videos and lives, so I apologize for those of you whose I've missed. Been a busy week. So I'm working on this blend. This will be the 6th Todd blend. It actually was the first one written down, but I just had to work on other blends and come back to it. So this is a Burley, Virginia, and I'm going to attempt another ingredient in it. I'm going to try it and we'll see what happens. Yes, Cobb Tuesday. Isn't that cool? I remember in 1999, I was in elementary school, and they made a big deal. It was 1999. And I was like, yeah, but that 1 isn't cool enough because it's not a 9. But I never thought about, 22222. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And who knows, maybe there'll be people at 222222 down the road. Who knows? But I'm going to try this blend out. I'm very honored that you're trying that blend, or that you're going to smoke that blend, Dan. He's going to start the evening with the chocolate English. Let me know, man. If I know you've talked about it a bit, but let me know if it's still treating you well. Oh, Gerald's 38. Gerald, you do not look 38. Congratulations on not looking 38. You don't even look 37. So happy birthday, man. Yeah, don't feel old. Time goes fast as heck. Drives me crazy. Welcome back, Joe. It was great to have you again in Tumultuous Tuesday. Appreciate you, buddy. It was great chatting with you. Yeah, I'm going to have the same problem, Martin. If I ever met Jeff in person and we did a video together, I'd be calling him Sweet Muffins the whole dang time. I'd say out like the whole name the whole time. Zippo, how are you doing, buddy? I'm glad the chocolate English is treating you good. I appreciate you letting me know that you were letting some people around you try the blends and that they enjoyed them as well. That is awesome. The crow's feet say otherwise. What is up right now, Zippo, is I'm going to try one of Todd's blends. Blending it right now. Just blended it. Going to see if it's any good. If it isn't any good, then it isn't deserving of Todd, but we will find out because it smells good. And I actually screwed up and made a blend that is like leather, like pure leather. And it's very smooth and really good. And it does not have Dark Fired Kentucky in it. A lot of people have commented that blends that do have that in it taste like leather. But this is something else. This is like smooth leather. Don't know why you would smoke that, but it is a great smoke. That's why you'd smoke it. But, to start with, it does not sound amazing. Doesn't sound as good as it is. And I'm smoking this blend. This is Ceiling Fan. This is smoking it in my OMS Dublin. And a Dublin is a shape I would love to make early on. Maybe I'll play around. I know I want to make Billiard early on. And sometime sooner rather than later, make Bulldogs or something. But I'll probably start with the Billiard. But I love Dublins, man. I mean, hey, there's no rules where you got to start making a pipe. You take advice, you give it your best, and you just make what you want to make. And the good thing is, if there's inclusions or any issues, then I'll just keep the pipe and I have another pipe to smoke. So, because I was talking with Phil and I told him that, if I have a pipe that turns out where there's issues, unless a person is, wants a cheaper shop kind of pipe and they don't mind there's an inclusion as long as it doesn't affect the quality of the pipe. Other than that, I will just keep those. And yeah, I want the customer to get the good stuff. And I'm perfectly comfortable with the simple whatever stuff. Oh, okay. So Gerald Flood is, for his 40th birthday in a couple of years, he's going to go to holiday to the States. He wants to see New York. That'd be cool. I want to go there too. We want to go there too. Maybe by then we can do that. That would be cool. My problem is I'm not allowed to fly. I'm not even allowed to be in a plane. So either Mabu's going without me, or I'm going to have to save a lot of money so we can stay in hotels on the way and do just a long dang trip to lots of places, which would be exactly what I'd rather do. But it'd be fun. It'd be fun to go to different states and see different things. So that's rather flight. Yeah. Well, if they would let you, argue with them like, hey, my husband's epileptic, but I would just rather fly. If they were like, okay, yeah, that'd be handy. As long as I don't punch like a hole through the plane, we'll be fine. Which I don't think would happen. What? You are giving me a look, and I am totally lost on that look. Now you're giving me another look. I know exactly what that look means. You're like, do you? Do you really? Tony, your voice is scaring me. Man, so this is the first smoke of Ceiling Fan. And it's fantastic. You are visible in chat now, Phil. And welcome in, buddy. That would be cool. Gerald said we could meet up with Nelly and share a pipe. That'd be cool. I see you loud and clear. That's funny. Zippo. because Phil's asking if his chat is showing up on the screen. And he's like, I see you loud and clear. I think Todd would really like this. I think any of you would really like this. This is Burley, Virginia, and Oriental. And I was wise enough to take a picture in the blending bowl so I knew the measurements. And Dark Lord, if I didn't say hi, because I did say hi. Okay.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't. I thought it. It's great to see you, buddy. How are you doing? It is absolutely much better than I expected, Zippo. It was one of those blends where you have an idea and you're kind of like, well, these two components together will be good. I don't know about the third component. We'll just find out. And luckily, I blended enough for another big bowl. That's going to be my ending smoke of the day. It kind of ties to ceiling fan because there's a coolness to the smoke. It's got a nice light, very light grassiness. It's got the Sutliff Virginia slices, so it's kind of a little bit grassy and a little bit of the bready kind, like it's kind of in the middle. The Orientals just help give this almost hint of the idea of a spice to it. Very light but tasty. And it's the taste combination. It isn't like a sensation that it's spicy too much. It's kind of like Phil was talking about in the Google Meet. Oh, you're right. Thank you for that. Everybody's is blue on here, and there's no wrenches when I use Restream. So I just assumed he was one because it's the same color of the names that come up anyway. But this it's a combination of the taste of the Burley with the Virginia, and like you can taste all together. It's really good. A nice light, very slightly earthy, almost hint of spiciness. You're expecting more spice than you get, so it's really good. Dregs of shame. Hey, sometimes you can discover a great new blend out of part of the old failed blends. So that's pretty good. Pay your respects. Nice, Phil. Thank you for dropping in, buddy. I appreciate seeing you again, and we'll have to enjoy a smoke together one of these days just for the heck of it. You have a good night and enjoy your meal, buddy. That's right, Dark Lord. You've been commissioned. That's right. We don't mess around here. OMS makes very good pipes. Very good quality. Good smoking pipes. I was smoking my Phil Rivara Billiard. Been smoking this pipe a lot lately. Didn't smoke a ton today, actually. So I got to get up on my quota. Whose ring do I kiss? The YouTube lords for allowing you to be successfully added as a moderator. Well, you deserve it, man. You've been a good friend and been involved a long time, so it's overdue. Hey, Yornik, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. But yeah, we got our water issue fixed pretty quickly. Thanks to Mabu, who has been right all day. And she should have made bets because she was right on a lot of important stuff today, and it saved a whole lot of time. And it actually saved my Google Meet my life because I would have been outside working on that nonsense for more hours. So I made RD a moderator. And Dan Lopez, he said, whose ring do I have to kiss? Dan Lopez said, RD, you must bow down to Mabu. She is the one in charge here. That is true, Dan. Mabu boss. That's right, Jeff. You guys know what's up. Oh, this is fantastic. So far, for Todd's blends, which he will get some for himself and some for the giveaway, is Ceiling Fan, Todd Berries, Sasquatch. I'm going to send him some John's English because I think it's an English he would really like. But I know that I wanted to send him 5 blends that are his blends. And so it works out because there's actually 6. So 5 of them are his. And then this one's just one of mine so he can try it. And then we have Dark Forest. That was a great one as well. Root Beer. And Ceiling Fan. So we got Ceiling Fan, Todd Berries, Sasquatch, John's English, Dark Forest, and Root Beer. And all of them but John's English are blends for Todd. So be sure and enter when Todd gets his giveaway announced, which should be pretty soon. Once he's got everything in the mail and got it all sorted out, then we'll go ahead and do our best and support Todd. And see if you guys can win some of Todd's blends. Best Latakia blend. That is a very good question, RD. One week I made tons of blends with Latakia, and that was a marvelous week. They were very, very good, and they weren't all Englishes. I have a sweet cream blend that's an older one that's a Balkan sort of blend, and it is amazing. That's probably my best, oldest blend with Latakia. There's my Virginia phase. The cat runs down the stairs all loud. We both look over, and then he'd be like, "Oh, like, what are you looking at?"
Oh.
Hi, mister. He's like, I heard Latakia.
No, go say hi.
What you doing, buddy?
You want
No, it's okay. He seems pretty cozy with you. Earlier when I was sitting here and this was farther away, he came over and like kept popping up like, "You gonna lift your feet up? Cause I'll chill with you, buddy." There's a blend I named called Cracked Nuts. It is a great blend. It does not sound good. But I'd say probably the sweet cream blend. That was my favorite. Oh man, I am so behind. Oh, maybe I'm not. I thought I was. I just didn't catch up quick. Mabu has spoken. Although I will say, the Sasquatch blend of Todd's is Burley Virginia Latakia, and that is a great one. And if you're looking more for an English, John's English is a great one with Latakia. The leather one, which is very smooth, turned out very, very good. That has Latakia, but probably sweet cream or saffron. Those two are fantastic. Oh, she's doing a lot better, Dark Lord. Thank you, buddy. She's almost completely over her cough.
Probably made it worse today, though.
Yeah, today made it worse. We were outside a long time, so our pipes froze. Not enough to break, thank goodness.
I didn't listen to anyone by staying inside.
And yeah, we told her stay inside, we'll fix it, and she wanted to be part of it all. Thank you, Zippo. I'm really glad you enjoy that one, man, because that one took a long time to come up with. Yeah, the leather one, RD, is Turkish, Louisiana Perique, and Latakia. And the Louisiana Perique really makes it shine, and the Turkish, like all of them work together well. The Turkish puts a lot of work in that blend, and as does the Louisiana Perique. You know, Latakia does a lot on its own, so it's always a hard-working component because you can get a lot of great flavor with a little bit of tobacco. But the Louisiana Perique, man, it's like smooth leather. There's really not much else to it. Almost would be a hint of fruitiness, but the Turkish actually kind of helps mild that down. But it's like a smooth English. It's fantastic. So if you've had a cigar with that, I haven't had any cigars myself that have that kind of flavor, but I would imagine you'd like this. There you go. Definitely not Yornik. Yeah, the saffron is nice. I like the sweet cream because it really is what led to figuring out how to make how to make saffron. The idea for saffron came to me when I was smoking sweet cream. But the sweet cream blend is phenomenal because it's a lot like a Balkan. Well, it is a Balkan, basically. But it's very touchy with the measurements. Like if you screw up, it's only got two components, really. If you screw up the measurement by a couple percent, then it's messed up because you'll either leave out some of the creaminess. It's got to be just right, or it just doesn't work. Because the two components can take over the blend. They have to be just right, or it's just not going to give the best effect. I could see that. I've been enjoying thoroughly Consummate Gentleman Zippo. I have had 4 bowls. I'm going to save this and just kind of smoke it periodically. Today, I regret that I did smoke it a little bit faster because I got into my Google Meet and started drawing a little bit more. And I was doing that anyway before the Google Meet, but I just smoke faster when I'm visiting with you guys. And that one really hit the spot. That is a tasty one. Oh, yeah, dark burley takes very little. If you make a blend for about a bowl size or 2, you could use a pinch or 2, like per bowl, maybe a pinch or a half a pinch, because it will go to the earthy side quick. Oh, I think that was. I'm sure I wrote that one down. I might have forgotten. To complete it. Which I will tell you guys, if I chat with you and I'm gonna make a blend for you or something, if I happen to write it down and then forget, do not be offended. I have a decent attention span, but I do not have great short-term memory. So it is not anybody's doing. It isn't, oh yeah, I'll make you a blend when I feel like it. You know, I spent the week, I looked after Mabu and helped my dad and got over being sick. So, but that's, the week just went by quick. I was hoping to send Todd his blends no later than today. And they'll probably get sent out probably next Monday or Tuesday. So hopefully he'll have them by, next week some point. And that was just a matter of I just wasn't prepared to use the time or energy to blend. I was exhausted and she wasn't feeling good. And I just kind of, when I could get peace in the house, be done with running errands or looking after people or helping my dad. Then when it was finally peaceful enough for her to get good sleep, I just didn't want to be rustling bags around. And I was frankly ready for bed. So it was just kind of, let's keep things quiet for, and that's why I had to postpone my live, which Jeff has been such a big help for me over the last couple months when I've had some days I couldn't do a live. Jeff has graciously covered some lives. Especially the last month, particularly, but he's helped a lot. I appreciate that a lot, Jeff. But I need to send Todd and Cascadian Piper some stuff during this current month with the remaining few days there are. And then next month I need to send a couple of things out too. But I really appreciate your help, Jeff. And I know there are other people I could ask to help too. You guys are all nice guys and I appreciate you all. But the timing was good and I think it worked for him as well. It was just kind of was sometimes when things work out, they just work out. So oh, nice, nice, Gerald. Yeah, when I was doing a confirmation for our church growing up, I was in high school, and we went and tried other churches out, and we went to a Buddhist church, which I enjoyed a lot, and we went to an African style church, and nobody should be offended by that. We were the only group of almost entirely white kids there. But it was awesome. It was heartwarming. Such wonderful, welcoming people. What a great church. And we were observing mostly, and they were wanting us to jump in and get right in, get involved. It was really nice. It's such great people. One of the best church experiences I've ever had, hands down. Those are two of my favorites, really. Yeah, and I gotta send Phil some samples. I've talked to him off and on and gotten some ideas of stuff he wouldn't like in blends and stuff he would like. This one he would like because he said he likes the idea of like something with pepper on the side. And I referred him to your video, Zippo. And because, when you received that Yabo, you gave very good, detailed, almost illustrations through what you talked about. Great descriptions. Exactly what a lot of them I was going for. And so I said, watch his on this cracked pepper. You'll like the description. But that would be too much for him. He said, I think Perique bothers him. But this ceiling fan blend is just something else. A hint of spice kind of in the background you never quite get. But very light, very nice flavor. I could leave it as is. Maybe I should cut back a little bit of Virginia, but it could work either way. Very good point, JB. Very good point. I judge people on their character, the quality of people. I do not judge people. The skin color doesn't mean a dang thing. I got friends from everywhere, even before getting involved with YouTube. And there are people you like and get along with everywhere, and people you don't get along with or like everywhere. It doesn't matter. And to like someone for their skin color, whatever color it is wrong in my opinion. It's unfair to everybody. If you want to be racially equal, then you hold all people to the same standards of their character, not their color. Oh, cool, Zippo. Yeah, I seldom get the same bowl. I'll get the same base taste for the cracked pepper, but I've noticed that it was one that would be tricky to try to get exactly the same every time. I did make an Old Dark Fired blend, John's Old Dark Fired, that tastes a lot like HH Old Dark Fired. That one was incredible. The nice thing with cracked pepper is it has so much perique, and partway down the bowl, perique changes. And so depending on whatever amount you get in the pinch when you're loading the bowl, you can get some really great flavors, some rich flavors, or you might get a slightly calmer bowl. But I mean, for mostly perique, it's going to have that nice flavor through and through. Very well put. Man, all of you are right on the money. Dan Lopez said, "The more I get to know people, the more I like my dog." Yeah, you worded it better than I did, Zippo. See, there you go again. I'm going to grab some more tea. I'll be right back with you guys. We got some green tea with sugar. Man, it hits the spot. That's a good point, Joe. It is. It's good to think about regularly. And it was. I gotta say again, JB was in on Tumultuous Tuesday. It was really fun having you, man. It was nice getting to see you and having you interact and be involved in the chat. I mean, you always are anyway. It was a nice energy in the group this evening. Oh, is that which blend? Is that the one you mix together, Zippo? Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes I'll sit there and blend a blend for like 10 minutes and watch a video or try to get caught up on someone's video on YTPC while I'm stirring it around. Man, my poor cat just wants to sit on my footrest. So after this, we will definitely have to chill together because he keeps coming over like, "Hey, you gonna lift that footrest and be my buddy?" RD. Ooh. That's the fun part, man. You're getting into the to a great place, Zippo, where you're like, okay, now I'm coming up with some stuff. So now I need to order some more blending supplies. The nice thing is you can get great blending supplies, especially in bulk, for a pretty good price and get a whole lot out of it. So Zippo is adjusting levels on a blackberry / fudge cake blend.
That sounds good.
That's a freaking great idea. That's right, Joe, and that's why I point fingers at everybody, because I feel outnumbered. Oh, you Dark Lord, you turkey. You see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo so he can go around in traffic. I do 22 and he do wee woo. I didn't want to play it because I don't want to get kicked. Oh, there you go, Jeff. That's right. Why should happy hour be 1 hour? Tell you. Gerald said in Ireland there's always happy hour. There's always a happy hour. Man, that sounds really good though. Blackberry with fudge cake. That sounds good, dude. You're going to make me have to blend some kind of aromatic. Because that sounds good. I did not think of that combination. That's right. Jeff and Dark Lord, you guys are right. A very good blend is Hearth and Home Berry Nice. When you get some age on that, that becomes like blueberry. Oh, some of the best blends are Total Accident, man. Some blueberry what? Wine. Ooh, yeah. Boy, that'd be fun to do, Zippo. So if you travel at the correct speed, you can hit every time zone at happy hour. My pipe is just drawing. I got a nice whistle, but it's smoking good. So it's going to happen. So, yeah, electricity in the shop is good. Should have stuff moved. I'm excited. I excited. I'm excited. As soon as we do not have snow on the ground and it's not a high of -1 or colder, because I didn't even look at the wind chill, we're going to gather wood. What's the wind chill? Oh. Well, so far it's -4 here now, not including wind chill. Oh, that's right, Dan. Tobacco has taken over my mind, so when I see Irish coffee, I now see that blend, and I don't see regular Irish coffee.
As low as 40 below zero.
Ooh. Any Canadians listening? It's -4 degrees Fahrenheit. If you include the wind temperature, it's -40 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, not Celsius. I'm looking to you, Canada. I got to give you guys heck. That is cold. That is cold.
Earlier, you're outside and you're getting little icicles on your beard.
Yeah, guys, I trimmed my mustache, and the next day, I get icicles. The light wind blows and icicles. It was actually pretty crazy. Like, it wasn't the usual little like halfway done icicles. It was full on icicles. Oh, cool, Zippo. I need to remake that lemon blend that smelled like lemon chocolate cake. And then add some aged Hearth and Home Berry Nice, so it's like blueberry and lemon fudge cake. Oh, that's making me hungry for desserts. Bless you.
Not desserts.
Artie's like, me too, anytime I want. Well, this is nice. This blend has... I don't think I could change anything, really. I mean, I could do less Virginia, but this one has very nice flavor with that Virginia where it's at. So I'll leave this one because I think Todd would like this version more than what I would change it to. So Todd, this between now and Monday, I will get these blended for you. And I'll get them out to you as soon as I can next week. Because I don't know what this week is going to bring. I don't want to promise you that I'll send it out tomorrow because I already know tomorrow's going to be busy. And I don't want to just mislead you. I'd rather say it's going to be next week and get it out next week. And then if a day happens, it's very busy, then it's a day away. It's not a big deal. So Todd, if you're in here, you should have your blends next week, maybe early the next week. But I should be able to send them out with any luck next week at some point. Hopefully before Wednesday. I do want to keep it early. But I'll do what I can, man. Yeah, this ceiling fan was a good name for this. And I also like the room note was really good coming back down with the T. So, you know, ceiling fans do that. They make the room comfortable. It's a cool smoke. Perfect. I know, this has a heck of a draw, Cat. He's looking at me like, what are you doing?
Well, it's kind of mad because the friend I don't really since like he's allowed to because he thinks you're gonna put it up.
And Zippo, I'll have to send you. Yeah, number one. I'll have to send you some ingredients when I'm blending Todd's and I'm going over making those samples to send out. Whenever I'm doing that, I'll use that time while I'm thinking of recipes and stuff to send you some recipes for some stuff you might like, especially sweet cream. If you like saffron, and if you like Balkans at all, I think you'll really like sweet cream. It's a little bit of a different beast, but very familiar with saffron. Saffron's a little more refined, and the sweet cream is kind of rough around the edges, but it is like one of the absolute smoothest blends I've ever made. It's unreal. It's silky, smooth, creamy, fantastic. And it's really great for outside. It burns slow enough, and the cool air just makes it that much better. What components are you using? Or what do you have to work with? Todd is back. Welcome in, buddy. Todd, I got your last blend made. So in case you didn't catch it, we'll have I'll try by this weekend to get your blends made, your samples. And should have them sent to you early next week. I'll probably end up getting to blend them on the weekend because more than likely I'll have an opportunity to do that. What measurement is a smidge? I'd say a smidge is like a 2 pinch or 3. That's a smidge. But we got ceiling fan, despite it being the first one written down. It was the last one made, and it's very good. Yeah, 1.5 is a smidge. There you go. See, JB's got it. Oh, now I want to. That's the problem with blending. You make a good blend, and you go, ooh, now I want to try another good blend. Oh, and I forgot I had a little bit of pop left. Some cherry Pepsi. I'm not being paid to advertise, but I love cherry Pepsi. Yeah, I'm sorry if that was a lot to type out, Zippo. Virginia, Burley, and Cavendish. Yeah, so that would be, so you get blackberry vanilla topping. I'm the same way with cooking with that. I don't do measurements. Getting the proportions right has been a challenge. Red Virginia, dark Burley. And you're trying to get blackberry chocolate kind of sort of thing. I'd say a very small amount of dark Burley and then a very small amount of Turkish. You may consider not including Old Dark Fired. I'd try like a 30%. I'd probably do like 30 or depending because I haven't had the 1982. I'd say 30 or 40% of that, just guessing. And then maybe a pinch of Turkish, a pinch of dark burley, and you might be there. The old dark fired can give a smokiness that clashes with trying to get chocolate. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that might be what is clashing. But you could still try it, because I've made blends with that too, but it's taken a lot less of it. So I wouldn't, like, when I start out measuring, sometimes it doesn't equal 100%. Sometimes I'm like, this is going to be 30% this, and then I put the others in, and when it's right, then I reblend it and I go, okay, this is 40%, this is 10%, this is 20%, that kind of thing. Hey, Kendrick, good to see you, buddy. How you been? I'm doing well. It is minus 40 degrees outside if you include the wind. Fahrenheit. It's cold. That's why I'm inside. That is why we have 3 heat lamps on our water pipes in our well house. Awesome, man. Nice, Gerald. Yeah, it's a wee bit cold. Just a wee bit cold. The high today was -1, and I did not look at the wind, and I'm glad I didn't. But I am now depressed because... Oh, is it? I forgot about that. Yeah, it's 4. That's right. It's 40. That's where it levels out. It throws me off so much because I hear like 0 degrees in Celsius, and I'm like, oh, that's still above 0. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've had times where I blend half a bowl, and then I'm like, huh, better make this one good, or I'm going to have, which is why I have several Frankenstein blends. That's right, Joe. You got to make a video sometime, man. You are fun to listen to, fun to chat with. I don't think it would do you any harm, but, do what feels right. Now I'm going to smoke something with some Kentucky, because it feels like Kentucky. Kentucky time. Want to smell some jerky?
No.
Okay, fine. Be that way. I'll smell it myself. Jerky. You're like, no, I'll start sneezing for no reason.
No, that's just your pepper.
Yeah, the pepper blend I know is good. It's been tested by the sinuses of Mrs. All Briar'd Up, who sneezes for hours whenever I smoke that blend, or even just blend the blend. Oh, man, I understand. I understand, man. We're going to do some Latakia, Sutliff TS18, some Kendall Kentucky, which I probably use too much of, but we'll see. I'll add to it, because Galwith and Hogarth's Kendall Kentucky and Kendall Virginia take hardly any to add a bunch to a blend. Ooh, I can imagine. I can imagine, Joe. Very nice, Gerald. That's absolutely right. Plenty of room for you, Joe. And you know what? We could use more good people more positivity, more people presenting stuff that are just fun to chat with. It's good to be in a community where there's a lot of laid back people, and you're chill, you're fun to listen to. And you're passionate about tobaccos and pipes, man. That was pretty awesome chatting with you about that. And that's what a lot of people watch for. So, and that's what I watch for. So make what you want to make. And if you're not sure with videos, I wasn't sure when I was starting. So I just was like, well, I'll just start my story from the beginning. This is how I got into pipe smoking. And then I just went from there. And then it just got easier after the first video. It was fun, Zippo. We talked a lot about pipes. Got a lot of cool tips from a couple of pipe makers. Professor Walker was able to make it in. And it was a good time. We had Phil in there. We had JB in there. We had Todd in there till his phone was dying. Oh, I understand that, man. Well, whatever you were using for the Google Meet, that turned out really well. My first way to do lives was on a little tablet I had forever. And then when I got this laptop, then just, even though it was a cheap laptop, just doing YouTube videos on their own was better. And then I did Restream, and that made it even better. It's a whole lot better to watch, like if you're watching on your phone now, compared to the tablet I had. It just wasn't able to keep up with much. And the nice thing is, if you do record a video with your phone, if you don't like it, you don't have to upload it. I've done that several times. I just delete it and try again. Oh, nice. Nice, Zippo. How many pinches do you have of Turkish and the dark burley? So I feel like from what you have to work with, I feel like those two are going to be the closest with the chocolate. Because I'd say for probably 1 pinch of dark burley, probably looking about 3 pinches of Turkish. And that should do it. Dark burley is very earthy, but it does have a lot of nice burley flavor, that really nice total burley taste. So as long as you don't drown it out with itself and cross over to too much earthiness, I think it could work with that. I haven't had the 1982, so or 1892, so I'm missing that information in my head of what that does with the blend. But just to kind of blind blend, I think that you could probably get it out of those 3 components. Old the Joe friends. Old Dark Fire, Yornik. Oh, that smells good. All right, I need to add something else. So I've got Kendall, Kentucky, some Latakia. I don't want to do Perique right now. What should I? There's something I need to add, and I'm not certain. And too much Turkish. Too much Turkish, depending on the type of Turkish, can make it sour. You can cross a line and get a sourness to it. and a dash of red Virginia. Oh, nice. Smyrna is fantastic. Smyrna. Okay, because I've got different Turkishes. I do have Smyrna and Izmir and Ribbon Turkish and Four Aces Turkish, and I just used some Four Aces Turkish. So that's what's on my mind. Okay, 2 pinches of Turkish. Yeah, that one's Smyrna's interesting because it can help a blend a lot with flavor. You can get away with adding quite a bit, but with too much it'll overpower a blend. But it takes like more than 40% Smyrna. So, 3 pinches 1982, pinch dark burley. Maybe take out the red Virginia, and you might have it. Because red Virginia can give a slight spice that's very similar to Perique. It tricks a lot of people. A tiny, tiny pinch might be okay, but it also might be interfering. I think you're right with the Turkish. That Smyrna sounds like you've got it right. I'd try maybe taking out red Virginia, and if it isn't right, then maybe adding maybe one more pinch of Smyrna would be my attempt. Yeah, Izmir is interesting too. And it's amazing that Turkishes can be so different. Oh, that's nice of you, man. Yeah, if you want to send the sample, I will not say no. Because I've tried a couple of chocolate blends that were pretty good. Had some good ones. Had some not great, and I've had some good ones and some not great that I've blended in the past. Yeah, I'd be up for trying it, but it's up to you, man. Yeah, red Virginia, a lot of times in blends, red Virginia will trick people that there's Perique in it because it does have that pepperiness that can get very close to Perique. The only big difference is Perique partway down the bowl will actually kind of get more peppery partway in, whereas red Virginia is more consistent across the whole thing. And the red Virginia can give a sourness too with the Turkish. So I would try it without the red Virginia. I still haven't had the 1982, but that's just what I'm seeing there. That's what I'm getting a feeling towards. All right, I gotta think of a third component for this. This is gonna drive me nuts. Bless you. I don't know if I want to use that one. Ooh. No problem, buddy. What, honey? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that was like not an owl. That was weird. Well, and there's so much Turkish, it's crazy. There's the TS24 ribbon Turkish that can be sour easily, but it can also help take tongue bite out of a blend. And you can do the same thing with Virginias as Turkishes too. Like some Virginias are really grassy, some are really bready all the way to sourdough. Zippo says sound like a Scottish owl. If I ever change my name to Scottish Owl, there's only gonna be like 5 people that understand why. I'm like, that's a stupid name. Why'd you do that? All right, now I gotta take a picture of this because if this turns out to be something good, I'm excited. It smells good. All right. This has some Golden Virginia with it. Or Golden Cavendish. I don't even know what I'm blending in here. Golden Cavendish with it. It is about 40% Kentucky, about 20% Latakia. Nah. Yeah. And then about 40% J6 Golden Cavendish. So maybe it'll be good. Smells good. The Latakia, especially, like, I just pushed my glasses up, just smelling the Latakia with the other components on my fingers smelled really good. Aged Burley. Oh, heck yeah, man. I get that too, Yornik. I never smoked cigarettes, but I've known a lot of people and been around a lot of people who did. And I've picked that up even with Burley as well. Certain Burleys. Some Burleys will surprise you and won't be like that, but there are some that are really like cigarette smoke. It's crazy, Joe. There's so many things you can do with tobacco. I had no idea this hobby was going to be so darn good. That's absolutely true, Joe. They do have a crazy impact. It's just like dark burley. I've got a blend with a lot of dark burley in it, and that is really, really dark. And you can get earthiness, but you can also get this really great, more like cocoa powder sort of taste versus chocolate. And you can use it with other components and get floral notes, or what do they call those? Perfumey kind of notes, even a little bit. So it's very dynamic, and that's just dark burley. And you can get this really rich, wonderful burley taste. A lot of burley lovers don't find very often blending with dark burley. And there are some burleys that taste like maple syrup. Yeah, that's a great example. They're absolutely different. For nostalgia and nothing else, there you go. Awesome, Zippo. Some Syrian coming. Very nice. Yeah, it's amazing. It's a whole wonderful world of new stuff to discover. It's like the new land. Oh, I need to smoke this pipe. This is from Dan Lopez, my Mark Twain Cobb, an absolute favorite. And it is one I do much better remembering to clean out than some of my other pipes. J4 Burley is fantastic. I think that's the one. I know Dan sent me that, but I'm thinking that's the one that had the maple, like the syrup kind of. Oh my gosh, it was good. And there were no toppings. That was the actual Burley flavor. It was incredible. Yeah, bright Virginias are interesting. And whole leaf tobacco is another world. I've got some red Virginia that's lighter colored than bright Virginia. Yeah, and it helps you in a way, though. It helps you kind of hone your senses. Never thought I'd say those words together. I never even thought about it at all. But it's crazy because you can hear about a Virginia Perique blend, or something that, you hear, oh, it's a vapor, and you try it and you're like, I'm getting a lot of different things out of this than a typical vapor. Then you can blend your own vapor and go, well, this is a vapor. How is this different than that? But you learn a lot, which makes it so much more fun. I gotta bring my little match tray up here because I'm reaching too far. Nice analogy, Joe. Oh, nice. Let us know how it turns out, Jeff. Where did I put that? This is really good. I'm on a roll tonight. I packed this pipe like crazy. Got just enough draw to make it through. This is like almost a chocolate Balkan. This is one I would picture velvet tasting like. I've made a blend like that before where I thought this is what velvet should be. Because I've had velvet, but awesome Zippo. There we go. Had a piece lodged in there. I should be there, Martin. I'm going to make it a point. I've missed your last few, and I hate missing them, buddy. I appreciate you being here the last few of mine, and I definitely want to be there Friday for you, man. Oh, nice, Joe. So, and you were saying that on the Google Meet as well. Have a wonderful night, Martin. I greatly look forward to Friday, brother. Yeah, you were saying that as well, Joe, that you were changing flavors from liking Latakias to more to the dark fired kind of stuff. I'm glad you're getting close, Zippo. You could always try another version of it with a teeny tiny, like half pinch of the old dark fired without the red Virginia. But I mean, if you're really close, then I don't know if that would do it. But I'm absolutely excited you got close. And I've had a couple blends like that where even one day does a difference. And it's like, okay, I just need to blend it and trust that it's going to work and send it out. Because sometimes it is the next day, it's like, this is perfect. So then once I've gotten that figured out, I make a little note next to the blend, make it just like this, day age or week age. So usually by the time I send them, people get exactly what I intended, even if the blend at the moment doesn't come off as doesn't smell quite like it should, or if I make a blend of it for myself and try it and go, this isn't quite what I want. That's like, oh yeah, just needs a day or two. This is like between sweet cream and this is something else. It's like a chocolate Balkan. Not really. It's very smooth. Yeah, that's true. And it's cool, Joe, because you're gonna have a different experience than somebody. Even if you get a lot of similar experiences to me or Todd or Zippo or Dan Lopez, there's going to be somebody who has a different experience than you get. And that's something very important. So if you get something and someone, responds to your video and says, "Hey man, I don't get that. I get this." It just gives you more insight. Oh, I got you, Zippo. Yeah, I wouldn't rush it, If it, give it the day or two, try it out, and if it isn't quite right, then maybe the old dark fired. But it sounds like you're so close that you're right there. So I don't know if old dark fired would help. Dan Lopez, this Mark Twain is such a fantastic cob, man. Thank you so much. This blend is fantastic. Of course, now all my Galwith and Hogarth is like a year. This is very good. It's slightly different, but following the ceiling fan blend after tasting that Virginia and then going to Kentucky Burley and Latakia, it's such a nice change. You said that's 1982? Oh, golden Virginias, which would give sweetness. Black Cavendish, which would give some sweetness but limited. Light Burleys, so probably something like 702 Burley with Navy Flake. You could probably get away with some Oh, you said it was a Centennial blend. Yeah, Gold Virginia's Navy Style Flake. So you could get .702 Burley, Black Cavendish, the Dark Burley, probably some New Minster Superior Flake. And then you'd probably have it closer. Yeah, blackberry and vanilla. You could blend those components and then add. There's I think it's Lane Blackberry. I'd have to double check. It's in my box here. And then vanilla. I've gotten a little bit of vanilla from a Burley Virginia blend I made once. I will look that up right now because it was really vanilla from just 3 components. Where'd I set my stinking notebook? But I think it's the same stuff. Golden Virginias. Well, those are more red Virginias, but I don't think they'd want a citrus. I mean, you could use Sutliff Virginia slices as well, but not a ton of them. I'd probably do like 2 pinches of Sutliff Virginia slices, a half pinch of Black Cavendish, 3, maybe 2 pinches of 702 Burley, a half pinch of Dark Burley. I think you'd be very close. That's awesome. The stories behind blending or picking up a pipe or picking up a blend for some reason, the stories behind them are always great. Oh, is somebody else picking up the manufacturing for him, Dan? Zippo wanted to make this blend because he was eating. He stopped at a convenience store and was eating a Little Debbie fudge brownie. Nice. When I'm blending more this week, I'll recreate fudge brownie and see if I can tweak it to get what you're going for. Maybe I can create something close and send you some ideas. Oh, nice suggestion, Joe. Yornik, you stay wonderful too. Have a great night. Thank you for being here, buddy. Always a pleasure to share a pipe with you. Or 5, however many. You And Mrs. Yornick, have a wonderful evening. Oh, you think they're just dropping it? I thought that's what you meant, and then when I reread it, I'm like, or is that what he meant? And the blackberry topping they put on there could be chancing adding some of that sourness too. It could encourage it. May not have it on its own, but could with certain things that would also encourage sourness. And I was going to say, Zippo, also, I like your hat, buddy. I had a white one I borrowed from my brother because he didn't want it and it was falling apart. And it was a very cheap, like, it had to be nylon, but it was old. It was used a lot. It was not a great quality hat to begin with, very low quality. But my brother used to run LTD cars, old LTDs. I called them boats. And he used to be in car shows, and he had them hooked up with hydraulics and everything. He'd be the guy bouncing the car. Won several awards. But he was always the guy that would have several pairs of shoes, some for driving, some for this or that. He'd always have different outfits or different hats. He'd always have several different outfits for different activities. And I was always like, t-shirt and jeans, I'm good for any activity. So I always teased him. One time we got this deal on old Converse shoes, and I went to a friend's house and was playing, and I got a little bit of mud on one on the front, and he was chewing me out. And I'm like, they're just Converse. They're just old shoes. That old hat has seen things no hat should ever see. Yeah. I saw it. I went to leave a comment the other day, and right after I viewed it, well, I guess not the other day, because that's not even that old of a video. But we did have our internet off for we had our power off for the electrician. Then we had it off again today because I was in the garage with my dad putting in fixtures for different lights. And that's, once I was done and I had already viewed it, put my phone in my pocket, did the work we were going to do, got my phone out, had no electricity or internet, and just moved on from there for the day. So I'll have to go back and comment on it. I thought it was a nice video. Those hats are awesome, man. Flat caps are the bomb. Nice, Joe. Yes. Peter Stokeby, I believe it was, Luxury Navy Flake is a favorite. New Minster Superior Flake is another favorite. Sutliff Virginia Slices can age to be outstanding. Very familiar taste still to the fresh, but just smoother, sweeter, a little better. And I like it a lot because it's between the grassy and the bready. I mean, I made sourdough. I mean, heck, I made a blend that was like plum jelly on toast. And Virginias can do amazing things to blends. They can even trick people. Like first glance or first puff, I can get what I think is Perique, and then I have a little bit later go, oh, nope, I think this is Red Virginia. And that's very hard to get to that point. Oh, nice. Yeah, I gotta focus this month. I have to get Todd's to him because he's mostly waiting on me for his giveaway. So I have to get Todd, if you're still there, have to get your samples out to you. Have to get Cascadian Piper's some samples. He has come up with some amazing blends. Way back to when I was blending Lord of the Rings, he was spitting ideas out. And he has helped in resulting in some amazing blends, and he needs to be able to smoke. He has a blend after him, Cascadian Falls, one of my favorite blends to this day. And so breaks my heart I haven't sent him any yet, and I need to. Oh, very nice, Zippo. I'm kind of surprised it was dry. Although the 8 was a little drier than the 6 or the 2 for me, but the 8 grew on me, man. Like second smoke, I was hooked. Or maybe third. I really enjoyed it. It was much better. It was kind of a learning experience for a little bit, but it was much, much better fourth smoke or so. I really got into that. I really enjoyed Drexel 8. And now anytime I reach for it, I'm happy. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a good smoke. Drexel 6 is the closest thing to this day I've found to Frogmorton Cellar. Very, very close. Drexel 2 is very good too. Oh, those are perfect. Fantastic. I've had luck with moisture from Drexel for myself. Nice. I thought I remembered you mentioning getting some 6 as well. But that is some nice age, man. Mine are only maybe a year and a half, something like that. They had a killer sale on them, so I bought a whole bunch. So I've got a little box that's just all different ones. And then they had another sale, and I ordered more of the Drexel 6 because I was like, this is like Frogmorton Cellar. I'm ordering more. That's very accurate, Joe. Virginia's age like nothing else. You can have some great blends without Virginia's. Oh, nice. See, that's what most of mine were. I think Drexel 2 was like 3 something. The other ones were 4. True. Now I left most of mine. Most of them came with the plastic seal over it, and I have them in a box, and then they're all stacked. And then I just put a tinfoil thing over it. Or no, it wasn't tinfoil. What the heck was it? Wax paper, something, and some brown paper, and close the box. Because I just don't want to use so many jars up. Although I could get quite a few pouches into one jar, so maybe one of these days I'll empty out pouches into jars. But yeah, generally pouches, especially 5 years, I could see them doing it. That's typically the route. No, and that's also what I did with some of them, Dan. I remember, especially the Missouri Meerschaum pouches. I know I did that with, I put several of each of the same kind in a jar, just like 4 or 5 or whatever, however many would fit. Oh, there you go. That's always a good route, Zippo. I usually add a little bit of water, distilled water, make sure it's absorbed completely. And I've hydrated right into jars. And if you do it right, if you added a little too much, I leave the jar open, stir it around, let it dry, and do whatever it's going to do. But I've never ever, knock on corn cob, knock on Briar, knock on this wooden desk, have not had any mold issues. Oh yeah, Escudo's awesome. I'm trying to recall. I can't remember I can picture the person. I can't remember the name that sent me some Escudo, and it was aged 4 years, I'm pretty sure, and it was wonderful. If I had any left, I would gladly send you some, Zippo. I am just out. Well, I'm glad you're back. You know what's funny is when I started this live tonight, I clicked go live, it brought everything up, and then it said the live has closed or stopped because of your connection. I was like, it's got to be the stinking cold temperature outside. And it acted like it was running, but I clicked end stream and then just restarted, and it did the same thing. But then I was getting people in going, hey, it's working. I'm like, oh, okay. Looks like it's working. Yeah, I almost had to cancel everything, man. Very huge thanks to Mrs. All Briar'd Up, because she saved the night. She saved the day. Yeah, I do that too. And you can get a clear seal kind of stuff and put them around the rim of a tin. Northwoods Piper sent me this. Dunhill Ready rubbed. And he put clear seal around the edge. Yeah. December of 2015, guys. Oh, that's going to be fantastic, Zippo. I had a little bit of that too, Joe. At first, I'm like, I don't know why there's a hype of Escudo. But then when I did smoke the 4-year, I was like, this is fantastic. So, just getting the 10, I was like, I wonder what the hype is about. But aged, it deserves it. Oh, I'm not familiar with the paraffin. Oh, yes, I am. I was thinking blends for a second. I'm like, wait. Yeah. Virginia's 3 to 5 years is what I've gathered from experience and from what other people have said. 3 years to 5 years. Anywhere after 2 is good. 3 is great. Up to 5 is amazing. After 5, they figured the aging it does slows way down. And people can say that tobacco stops aging at 5 years. It does not. Because if you've tried a Virginia blend at 5 years and you try it at 10 or, a 10-year difference after 5 years, so 15 years, there is a difference. It's not a huge difference, but it's noticeable and a great difference. Oh, it is a new, okay. Paraffin. I'm thinking something else. But a little green, yeah, a new bean from a little green and waxy tasting. That's funny. That was a good one, man. Yeah, I got your joking now for a second. My brain's not working. It's been a long day. And what's sad is I did believe you for a moment. I'm going to say it's because I'm tired, but C&D gets crazy carried away, and that does sound like it'd be one of their dreams, one of their dream blends. Paraffin Dream. It's a little green and waxy. Only comes in 20-pound bales. Yeah, it's a cellar series. You got to cellar all the fake flavor off. The nice thing about Virginias, especially like Sutliff Virginia slices, when you get some age on that, the sweetness is such a joy to blend with, because you get the sweetness from the sugar that's accumulated, not just sweetness from a blend like Yellow Virginia. That's very, very sweet. So aging it, it's just like, holy cow, I'm getting so much sugary, wonderful flavor from this. It's incredible. The the investment series, no kidding. I'm about done with this bowl. The last little bit does not want to stay lit. Now it does. It's fighting. But it's fighting with me. But I'll finish this and head out soon, so I can get things quieted down and Mabu can get a good night's sleep. And I agree with you, Joe, when you're talking about San Sepulcro. I have one from 2019 and from one from 2019. I smoked one from 2018. Somebody gave me one from 2020 or 2021. And I love San Sepulcro. The small batches, I get why they do a lot of the small batches, because they have to register a new blend. So if you think about how annoying it could be to make a blend to sell tobacco, you have to go register and pay. So they can make an adjustment and say, it's basically this, we just added this, call it a small batch. It's pretty smart. Oh, you have a great night, RD. Thanks for joining in, buddy. I appreciate your time, and I'm always grateful to share a pipe with you, buddy. But the small batches C&D does well. I do agree that there are probably 100 blends that could drop. Because a lot of those blends, I can't be the only pipe smoker that has noticed that some of those blends, they're good underneath, the tobacco blend is good, and they ruin it with their flavoring. I can't be the only pipe smoker that does not like or has a bad problem with some of the flavorings and the chemicals. Somebody's buying them or they wouldn't keep making them. So it wouldn't be right to take them off the market from those people that do smoke some of their blends and like them more than a lot of people. They must have a small group of people that are fans that really, it's just like, well, it's like KFC here. Our KFC here is not that great. The reason it's in business is some people really enjoy it and they go there all the time. But most people, 1 in 3 people like it here, if even that, like KFC, but they love it. They keep it going. So it's got to be a small group. But man, those small batches, those are what I really love. I've heard people complain that they're making Dark Lord, you silly goose. That they're making small batch. They say just make your regular good batches and just keep those going. But I've really loved the small batches, so I can't say anything about them bad. Because 2 of my favorite blends are San Sepulcro and what's that one with the honey? But those are great blends, and I've got no problem with them. I think it's a good night for the last smoke of the evening, I think, either along with or instead of the ceiling fan blend, is from March of 2021, the end of March. This is Bosma plug. This was given to me graciously and made by Monclaude Gansdam. And he makes very, very dense, fantastic plugs. Also, I don't win a lot of stuff. Sun Bear, thank you, Joe. I could not think of it. I kept wanting to say honey or something. I don't know why. Sun Bear, that's right. But Ariège Pipe Smoker did a giveaway, and he drew names. He ended up giving 4 giveaways. Very generous. And I had entered in, and when he drew the name, he drew for the second prize and the third prize the same name. And he went ahead and he honored it and did a redraw. So I got the redraw, and he also makes amazing tobacco plugs. It's Ariege. He does some great videos. If you guys haven't seen him, he's a fantastic guy. He's got like a 13 video series, everything you need to know about processing, rehydrating, and everything for whole leaf tobaccos. Makes a lot of regular videos, great content. He's got this cool camera on a stick. He does all sorts of stuff with. And that's a good point, Dan. I often do forget about those people as well. Oh, you weren't in. See, I've got a Zippo. I've got a Kirby lighter. One of my friends bought it. It was an $80 lighter, and he was trying to tell me he didn't want it at all. So I finally at least talked him into letting me give him $20 for it. And I really enjoy it. It stays full longer. But yeah, I haven't had problems with mine. I like that it stays full. It doesn't seem to seep. It keeps the butane in there forever. And it'll easily last all day, often throughout most of the week for me if I smoke my average amount of a few bowls a day or whatever. It does a good job for me. So I've had good luck with Kirby lighters, but I don't like their initial prices, that's for sure. And it's sad as they're one of the more affordable ones now. Some of those lighters are getting into the several $100s for a stinking lighter. And I was the same way in the beginning, Dan. I first tried Laneberry Cherry. It was gifted to me from a friend, and some Lane 1Q. And I loved those. I was good on those for a while. And then eventually I did want to try something else, but I really liked those two. Oh, yeah, that drives me crazy too. When you get a lighter that the flame is huge. I don't need much flame. I'd rather have a small flame. Maybe not tiny, not huge, just a small flame I can do the work with and get the most efficiency out of it. Oh, nice. Nice, JB. I've made a honey blend. I've made 4. The first attempt was the best. It had the least amount of honey, but it was very good. And then I tried more and more and more honey to give it a shot. And they were all pretty good, but the first one was the best. I had to try different variations, different values of the honey to give it a shot, give it a fair chance. But I've made, yeah, this is one that's just been, I left it stuck in these paper towels. And this is about a big bull's worth. It's been drying for weeks. And this one had the most honey. It's pretty good. So I'll have to finish that up. Oh, yeah, the wheel is kind of small. I got you. I don't know the size that mine was. I got it somewhere. I probably have it in a pants pocket somewhere. Yeah, I don't get the appeal either. There's some nice ones I'd like to have. What do they call those ones? A small boy or whatever. But man, when you're hitting $100 for a lighter, it better last a long dang time. It better hold the fuel a long time. It better have great capacity, because $100 and then you're putting fuel into it anyway, that's a lot of money. And that's a lot of why I don't use pipe lighters too much. I love them. I need to get more of that cotton bacon stuff. I've added stuff and torn up corn cobs, cotton balls, done all that stuff, but they only hold so much. I've had my best luck with the Kirby lighter, but I honestly just really like matches a lot. So I often just use those. You don't want to wait 5 years to see if it's worth it. I'd say if it had honey, it's probably already going to be about as good as it could be. I don't know though. But my first, like I said, my honey blends were good. The first one was the best. My best flavored blend was my lemon one, because when I mixed it with Perique later on, it was lemon pepper, and it was amazing. And I did make an apple blend. It was apple rum. That was pretty darn good too. When I get more time, I'll get more flavored blends done. My main goal is to get stuff sent out this month and early next month, and then to get some pipes made. So it'll be a little while before I do work with whole leaf. It'll be a little while before I do a lot more flavored blends. So yeah, that works too, Joe. Yeah, Saint DuPont. Yeah, that was another one. I wanted one of those too, and I'm like, $1,200 for a lighter? You can go to heck. Good night, Todd. Great to see you, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna take off as well, fellas. Mrs. Albright up and I are ready for bed, and if she's able to get to sleep, I don't want to stop her. I want her to be able to get over her cold or cough the rest of the way and feel better. Yeah, man, if you got money for $1,200 lighter and you're willing to spend $1,200 on a lighter, I bought a lathe for $1,200 and got a whole lot of stuff with it. And that's going to get much better return than a lighter would. Good night, Zippo. Nice to see you guys. Jeef. Yeah, good night, Jeef. Good night, Dark Lord. JB, it's been great having you guys here. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Yeah, thank you, Joe. Same here. Absolute pleasure. You guys make Tuesdays and Saturdays awesome. I'm really glad it worked out tonight, and I know I would have felt bad missing it. So thank you guys for being here. Oh, thank you, Dan. Honey, Dan says, have a great night and sleep well to you. She says to you too. She's getting tired, so you guys like Tim too. I'm ready to go. Thank you, Zippo, and Zippo says good night to you as well. She says good night back. I don't know if you guys could hear her, but she's doing pretty good. She's in between coughs. She's doing a good job. I'll give her that. So thank you guys. God bless you.